2 weeks into the NFL season, and I can confidently say I know the exact career trajectory of every NFL quarterback, and I'm going to rank them right now. Not to mention, we have legitimately every single quarterback here. Not only the starter, but their backup and their backup's backup. Why don't we just kick this off with the elite tier? Now, this is probably going to confuse a lot of people, but Kyler Murray, it's the only one I'm going to do all day. It's the only fake I'm going to do all day. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Patrick Mahomes are the only 4 quarterbacks that I will confidently put in the elite tier. Ever since getting just aggressively roasted for calling Jalen Hurts top 5 amongst these 4, I have been doing some soul searching. I actually think you guys might be right. I don't think Jalen Hurts belongs in this tier. For a long time, I was always saying that Jalen Hurts is top 5, Jalen Hurts is top 5, Jalen Hurts is top 5. I kind of went back and watched a bunch of Eagles tape, and I'm like, am I just delusional because they keep winning? And sometimes that is the case. A team wins so many games and you convince yourself it's because of the quarterback, but a lot of times it could be everything else and the quarterback just happens to be there. I'm not saying that about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, I still think is incredible. I'm absolutely putting Jalen Hurts in superstar, but I think there is something to be said about the fact that these 4 guys elevate their team and can do it with anybody, whereas I don't know that Jalen Hurts is making the Philadelphia Eagles significantly better in the way that any of these 4 guys. I guess another way to put it, if I put Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, or Patrick Mahomes on the Philadelphia Eagles, that team never stops winning the Super Bowl. They literally don't ever stop winning it. They will win it every single year. I can't believe I've come full circle on this because I'm like #1 Jalen Hurts glazer. But I do truly believe, I'm going to be honest, between Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Mahomes, I actually think Lamar Jackson is the best quarterback. I think Lamar Jackson is the best quarterback in the NFL. Lamar Jackson can throw the football at a high level, and he is actually running back fast. He is elusive, prime running back fast. And I think the only person that's closest to him is Josh Allen, because Josh Allen is similar, stronger, taller, and probably can make more throws. That's really hard to say, though. Lamar Jackson had the most electric MVP campaign last year, and he didn't get it, and that hurt. Joe Burrow may sadly end up being a big what if in the NFL because he keeps getting hurt, and that really sucks. The good thing about Joe Burrow is if Lamar Jackson was getting hurt this much and like serious injuries that debilitated his speed, I think that would be very bad for the Baltimore Ravens and for Lamar Jackson's career trajectory. But for Joe Burrow, it's like, yeah, it'd be like if Tom Brady got injured. It wouldn't have mattered if Tom Brady tore his damn ACL because he's Tom Brady. All of his skill comes in his arm talent and his decision making, and it doesn't really matter. So all I'm really saying is Joe Burrow is going to come back for this injury and he's going to be just fine. Patrick Mahomes speaks for himself. He's the only person that is close to overtaking Tom Brady's GOAT status. He's the only person that even has a chance right now, and he's still pretty far off. But yes, those 4 get elite. Jalen Hurts will be our first superstar. There's not too many more quarterbacks that I want to put in this superstar tier, if I'm being honest. I think Justin Herbert absolutely goes here. Justin Herbert's been really, really good. I hate to be the guy who says it's finally their year because I feel like we could say that for the Chargers like every year. But I really like the Chargers this year. They're one of the teams that I'm super high on this year is the Los Angeles Chargers. I do not think they're a wild card exit this year. I think they get past the wild card, maybe past the divisional. AFC Championship, all right, we're pushing it. AFC Championship divisional playoff game. That's what I got Justin Herbert and the Chargers going to do. Certainly a superstar quarterback. Justin Herbert added to most NFL teams would improve the roster. I think these 2, I hate to say this because I'm a huge Lions fan, but Jared Goff is like a paradox for me sometimes because when Jared Goff has a good game, it's the most unbelievable game. Like the Bears game we just had, Jared Goff had 400 yards and 5 passing touchdowns, something disgusting like that. Yeah, so here's this Bears versus Lion game. Jared Goff, 334 yards, 5 touchdowns. He looked like one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Lions versus Packers, he put up 225 yards on 31 passes. 31 completions, that's 40 passes, a touchdown and an interception. I almost, if I'm being honest, I almost wish there was a tier between superstar and average starters that wasn't developmental. But I think this developmental tier is a really important one to put here because there are so many players that fall in this category. Realistically, I could add one more tier that is above average starters but aren't superstars, and I really think that's where Jared Goff is. You gotta remember, there is a reason that the Rams got Stafford and gave us 2 first-round picks. So when we traded Stafford to the Rams for Goff, we also got 2 first-rounders for it. So what the league was saying was not only were we eating Jared Goff's massive contract, but we were saying that Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff and 2 first-round picks are as valuable valuable as Matthew Stafford, which is why, I mean, I know we're like 3 or 4 years since then, and I feel like both Stafford and Goff have not exactly gotten more athletic in that time frame. Neither Goff nor Stafford are developmental with superstar upside. I'm going to make a new category. I have to. I think Goff and Stafford go here. I think they go in the above average starter category. Because yes, I really like having Jared Goff as my quarterback, and I really like having Matthew Stafford as my quarterback. I feel much better now. Let's do some developmentals. Let's do some developmental starters that could be a superstar in the league if they keep developing well. I'm going Michael Penix Jr. for sure. I love Michael Penix Jr. He hasn't looked all too great yet. He's shown flashes of greatness. I think the Falcons to some degree hold him back, but I think he's still got a shot. Caleb Williams, gosh, he has been struggling. Caleb Williams is a ball hucker. Caleb Williams is the next Jameis Winston, although he has a chance to be a lot better. Like Caleb Williams, especially in that Lions game, he's always trying to make the biggest play. And honest to God, like, it's kind of working. This is my favorite Caleb Williams throw of all time right here. Rolling right, heaving into 1-2. I mean, it's really triple coverage, quad coverage, whatever you want to call this, but it's a dot. That's the football, ladies and gentlemen. You could not have thrown this football any more perfect. And Romo Dunze, two mitts on the football, drops it. Well, it's pretty good defense, so it would have been a tough catch. But yeah, that's a Caleb Williams football if I've ever seen one. I still think Caleb Williams could be amazing. I'm taking a breath and I'm letting that kid. I'm letting Caleb Williams develop. I feel obligated to put Anthony Richardson in here. I don't think I've seen enough Anthony Richardson football to write him off. I just don't know how he's going to see the field. I don't understand how Anthony Richardson is going to get another chance unless barring a big injury or getting traded. And I think getting traded is the most likely scenario here. I think an NFL team would definitely take another chance on Anthony Richardson. He certainly still has superstar upside. This is a first-round quarterback. He hasn't played that much NFL football yet. Like, you just can't write him off yet. Let's start firing some off. I'm putting Dak Prescott in average starter. Yeah, no, I won't be a hater. I'm not going to be a hater. Dak Prescott is an above-average starting quarterback. There are multiple teams who would instantly get better if Dak Prescott was starting on their team. Are you really going to argue with me on that? I understand it's funny to hate the Cowboys and shit, but a lot of the Cowboys' problems are not Dak Prescott related, and they really haven't been for a long time. I'm not going to pretend like Dak Prescott's elite. I'm not going to be delusional because he just isn't. I don't really even think Dak Prescott's top 10. I probably wouldn't put him there either, but he's certainly an above average starter. I think Geno Smith is the quintessential average starter. I think Geno Smith is my benchmark for average starter. Now, Geno Smith had a really piss poor game in that Chargers game, so recency bias almost makes me want to put him at high-level backup. He's certainly not. I wouldn't put him in the mediocre backup category, but he's an average starter. I'm also tempted to put Kyler Murray in developmental with superstar upside, but I've also been saying that for like 5 years. So I think it's about time Kyler Murray finally got to sit in average starters. I will say, between Geno Smith and Kyler Murray, I'm absolutely taking Kyler. Nope, above average starter. I'm putting him in above average starter. He is. He is. Just believe. I may have to adjust this. Oh, this is not easy. This is not easy. I'm not writing off Tua either. Dude, fight me. Die on a hill. I don't care. Yap in my comment section. I don't care. Tua Tagovailoa is still developmental with superstar upside. I am not writing him off. I don't care if you're writing him off. I don't care if you're a Dolphins fan. I don't care if you watch him at Alabama and you think he's a fraud. I don't care if you think he has 100,000 concussions. I'm not writing him off. I think Tua Tagovailoa still got a shot. He's still developmental. He's still got superstar upside. You know, if last year, if I put Daniel Jones in developmental with superstar upside, you would have laughed me off the face of a cliff. And then bam, Daniel Jones is what you would call an above average starter right now. You know what's absolutely bonkers insane is Daniel Jones, if he keeps it up, is on superstar status. He does it for another year, he goes in elite tier. Daniel Jones is on an absolute tear right now. Recency bias, I literally have to. I can't even pretend like I don't have recency bias. He's an above average starter right now. Daniel Jones significantly elevates the Indianapolis Colts, and he's actively doing it. Shit is insane. Bo Nix. You know, it's weird to have Bo Nix and Tua Tagovailoa in the same category, which is why I almost could put Bo Nix in above average starter, but I don't think he's earned it yet. Bo Nix has had these spectacular games and these really bad games so far, and I'm not ready to put him in above average starter. I will put him at the top of developmental with superstar upside. There is no question that Bo Nix is still developing and has superstar upside. He's just not there yet. I think Jaden Daniels is clearly ahead of him him and clearly deserves superstar status here after that first year. Aaron Rodgers, dude, debate a wall. I don't care if you don't like the guy. Aaron Rodgers is absolutely above average start. Aaron Rodgers is only like 4 years removed from winning the MVP. And he was old as shit then when he won the MVP. Him being old doesn't change anything for me. He's looked really, really good. I like Aaron Rodgers a lot. I'm going above average starter for Aaron Rodgers. Let's knock out some more above average starters. Brock Purdy, above average starter. I'm not giving him superstar. Maybe that's because I'm a hater. Maybe that's because Brock Purdy ended my Lions season 2 years ago. You could call it whatever you want. I'm not giving him superstar. I'm giving Sam Darnold above average starter as well. I don't think Sam Darnold has... I think Sam Darnold has reached his maximum potential. I don't think Sam Darnold can keep elevating and doing what he did the Vikings and keep getting better. I think he's just like... He had that miracle season. Now he's going to play good, solid football for a while, and I think that's his cap. CJ Stroud is certainly developmental with superstar upside. The weird thing about CJ Stroud is after his rookie season, it's like he hasn't developed. How is that the case? I don't know, but CJ Stroud is still super, super young. There's no question that CJ Stroud can still develop. There's no question. It's just weird. The trajectory of his career is so weird. How do you play lights out insane football your rookie year, and then your sophomore and junior year, you're like just another guy. You're just another guy in the league. How does that happen? That one's weird to me. I'll never understand that one fully. All right, let's go Jordan Love. Jordan Love is the essential average starter. Jordan Love's just another pass thrower. Fine, I'm gonna do it. Oh, I want to puke in my mouth. Jordan Love, unfortunately, could actually win MVP this year. Like, that coming out of my mouth actually pisses me the fuck off. But Jordan Love could legitimately win MVP this year. And I hate that. Now, I know Kirk Cousins is not playing right now, but I do think that if Kirk Cousins was starting on a team, he'd be an average starter. Like, for example, I think, you know, you've got this tough situation with Bryce Young because Bryce Young is really struggling. He hasn't shown a lot of promise. Maybe that's the Panthers organization, and I'll certainly put him at developmental with superstar upside, but I would rather, like right now, I'd rather have Kirk Cousins as my starting quarterback than Bryce Young if I was the Panthers, you know? It's kind of like when the Panthers put in Andy Dalton, and he was actually like pretty good. Like he was kind of slinging for the Panthers, better than Bryce Young was, and it's like that's supposed to be the backup. All right, we do have some backups to talk about. Who are the high-level backups in the league? Jake Browning, a shockingly high-level backup. I mean, Jake Browning's about to play a good amount more snaps. He's actually pretty damn good. I think putting Joe Flacco here is kind of bizarre because Flacco is not supposed to be a backup, but he's not supposed to be a starter either. Joe Flacco never went to the Cleveland Browns to be the starter. He went to the Cleveland Browns to be a high-level backup. He was supposed to be a high-level backup to Deshaun Watson. And then Deshaun Watson, I mean, where do we even put Deshaun Watson? He's going to be out of the league. I still think Deshaun Watson, okay, it's unfortunate to even rank the guy, but Deshaun Watson would be an average starter in the NFL. He's obviously struggled, but dude, you're telling me you would have like Stetson Bennett over Deshaun Watson, or you'd have Quinn Ewers over Deshaun Watson, or Max Brosmer, Josh Dobbs, Tyrod. Like, I'm taking Deshaun Watson still. But let's not forget that Deshaun Watson was a spectacular football player when he was good and playing and didn't have this PR scandal over his head. Deshaun Watson is just in a really weird rut with Cleveland, still an average starter, and Joe Flacco is still his high-level backup. This looks really weird to me, but I still feel confident in what I just said. Clayton Tune, mediocre backup, big time. Stick, is that Easton Stick? Certainly going to be a mediocre backup. Leary, I don't even know who you are. Rush, I think, is Cooper Rush. Did Cooper Rush leave Dallas and go to Baltimore? If this is Cooper Rush, I'm going high-level backup because Cooper Rush played really good football when he stepped in for Dak the multiple times that Dak has been down. Mitch Trubisky, definitely going to say high-level backup on Mitch Trubisky. He kind of like, I know it's Mitch Trubisky, and I know I talk a lot of shit about him, but let's not forget that season when Mitch Trubisky was like, what, 14-2 or 14-3 with the Chicago Bears? Maybe it was 13-win season. Either way, they will like significantly outperform. Mitch Trubisky has shown that he can play. That's super high-level football. He hasn't done it in a long time because he's been a backup for such a long time. But if Josh Allen were to go down and Mitch Trubisky came in, I would not be that worried. I would be worried as fuck. It's not Josh Allen. Obviously, there's a lot of tiers between them, but like, I don't know. There are backups in the league where when they come in, you're like, yeah, we're cooked. There's absolutely no way. We're fucking cooked. I'm putting Tyson Bagent in the high-level backup category. Kenny Pickett can take high-level backup. Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, I don't know. It's not fair to call super young drafted guys mediocre backups because, like, that's just not even why you got them. So, like, Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, I have no idea how they're going to play NFL football-wise. So I can't call them a mediocre backup. I'm just going to call them a backup with upside because, you know what? Just let these guys farm reps. Let these guys develop. Maybe, I think if anybody really does have the developmental with superstar upside, it probably is Shedeur Sanders. I know this is going to piss everybody the fuck off, but Shedeur Sanders probably could be up here. But for now, he's back up with upside because he is still a fifth-round NFL quarterback. So I'm not going to go crazy. Joe Milton, I'm sorry. I can't see Joe Milton panning out. I can't see him panning out. I can't even put him in backup with upside. He can get mediocre backup. Hendon Hooker, I haven't seen good shit out of Hendon Hooker. I have so many Tennessee Hendon Hooker cards. I haven't seen shit out of Hendon Hooker. I'm sorry. I got to throw a mediocre backup. Kyle Allen, oh my God. If Jared Goff goes out, I'm actually pissing in my fucking pants. Like, that's how much I appreciate Jared Goff, is the fact that if either of these guys came in, I think our season's completely unbelievably cooked. Like, so cooked. Mills is a highlight. Dude, is it Davis Mills or David Mills? Davis Mills, high-level backup. CJ Stroud goes down, I wouldn't be the most concerned person in the world. Mertz, Casual is wondering who you are. Jacoby Brissett, mediocre backup. White, I'm wondering who you are. Andy Dalton, high-level backup. Very high-level backup. Case Keenum, backup. No, mediocre backup. Jarrett Stidham, mediocre backup. Is this Malik Willis? I'm going backup with upside. I have not seen a lot of good football out of Malik Willis almost ever, and he got a good amount of reps, but he still isn't done developing. He just hasn't been in the league that long. Malik Willis gets back up with upside. I almost could put him in high-level backups because when he came in for Jordan Love last year, he's kind of good. Like, he was okay, but I'm giving him back up with upside. Clifford, Casual's wondering who you are. Leonard, is it Riley Leonard? Casual's wondering who you are. Bean, Casual's wondering who you are. T-Law, is T-Law still developmental? I mean, can we seriously sit here and say that Trevor Lawrence is still developmental? I don't think we can say that. It's been so long. When's he just gonna lock in? He's still an above average starter. He would still elevate a lot of teams. Nick Mullins, mediocre backup. Seth Hennigan, mediocre backup. Dude, hey, color me gay and call me gay. Gardner Minshew would be an average starter. Gardner Minshew was an average starter. I understand he's a backup. Gardner Minshew would be an average starter. Go ahead, say what you want, bro. Talk your shit, bro. Talk shit to me. Gardner Minshew would be an average starter. Don't even come at me. Don't even start with me. Casual's wondering who you are. Aiden O'Connell, mediocre backup. Miller, Casual's wondering who you are. Oh, Heineke, high-level backup. Trey Lance, high-level backup. DJ Ukulele, backup with upside. Jimmy Garoppolo, washed as fuck, just super handsome. There should be a whole category for that, but we'll put him in mediocre backups. Stetson Bennett, super mediocre backup. I don't see Jimmy G or Stetson Bennett getting it done. I've written off Jimmy G so hard. Zach Wilson, mediocre backup. I'm sorry, I can't. Quinn Ewers, too young, backup with upside. JJ McCarthy? JJ McCarthy gets average starter. Here's the thing. I don't think JJ McCarthy has superstar upside. Fuck. I'm such a hater. I'm legitimately a hater. Fine, I'll put him in there. He can get developmental with a superstar upside, but he'd be pissing me off, and I don't think he's got the sauce. Straight up, I don't think he's got the sauce. I just don't. Oh, Drake May, my GOAT, big time developmental. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Drake May. I damn near am going to put him in superstar. Drake May is definitely developmental with superstar upside. Don't even ask. Sam Howell, I'm giving you mediocre backup. Max Brosmer, Casual's wondering who you are, bro. Josh Dobbs, mediocre backup. Your Cinderella story is over, Bo. Your miracle run is over. Just hang up the cleats, enjoy your time, go be bald somewhere. Ooh. Tyler Shuck, I guess he's developmental with a superstar upside, but I don't even know if I believe that. Spencer Rattler is a completely average starter. I might not even put him in average starter. That's a tough one. Hayner, Casual is wondering who you are. Russell Wilson, you're so mid. Russell Wilson does have the most passing yards in the NFL. He did have that crazy game against the Cowboys. Russell Wilson, you are the average starter. You truly are the average starter. Jameis Winston, high-level backup. Is that true? Is it true that Jameis Winston is a high-level backup? Probably fucking not, bro, but it's Jameis Winston. If you think I'm putting him down here with Clayton Tune and Easton Stick, then you're sucking dick. Bars. Jackson Dart? Jackson Dart is a backup with upside. So is Tyler Shuck. Like, It's not fair. I can't really, like, fine. Jackson Dart can go up there. I'm bringing Tyler Shuck back down here. Tyler Shuck's second round. I don't know. If they haven't played a snap yet, I just can't say it. I technically should put Milton down here for that same reason too. But listen, I don't use logic and facts and data. I don't use data analytics to create this, okay? This is simply true. I thought it and it was true. If you have a dissenting opinion, it doesn't matter because I've already chosen to believe this. It doesn't matter what evidence, you give me. It doesn't matter what points you make. It doesn't matter what you describe to me. This is what I think. I will die this delusional. I will die on this hill. This is true of every belief I've ever had. I don't care what evidence you provide me. I will never care what you have to say. I will always believe what I believe. And I'm right. And you're wrong. And you're stupid for being wrong. And I can't even imagine how you came to the conclusion you came to. I almost feel bad for you that your life took so many turns that you don't understand what I understand. And for that reason, Drake May goes to the superstar tier. Tommy DeVito is a mediocre backup. Justin Fields played good-ass football. I want to see Justin Fields really step it up. I feel even bad no, he gets developmental with superstar upside. Justin Fields is balling the fuck out, and he's not even done. Tyrod Taylor, mediocre backup. Martinez, Mexican backup. MM Casual's wondering who you are. Cook, MM Casual's wondering who you are. McKee, MM Casual's wondering who you are. McCord, I think that's Kyle McCord, mediocre backup. Dorian Thompson Robinson, bona fide, mediocre backup. Literally bona fide, mediocre backup. I've never seen DTR really do much of anything. He was the backup for the Browns. Maybe he was the backup for the Steelers at 1.2, but he's just a bona fide backup. Mason Rudolph, same shit, mediocre backup. Howard, MM Casual's wondering who you are. Thompson, MM Casual's wondering who you are. Jones, Mac Jones, mediocre backup. I can't even say that anymore. Mac Jones, when he came in, balled out. Mac Jones is a high-level backup. Unfortunately, you just have to believe it. Unfortunately, Mac Jones is a high-level backup. Rourke, MM Casual's wondering who you are. Drew Lock, high-level backup. Jalen Milroe, backup with upside. Baker Mayfield, above-average starter. Absolutely no question. He's an above-average starter. There's no question. He's a dog. Kyle Trask, mediocre backup. Pratt, mediocre. MM Casual's wondering who you are. Bazalic, bro, if you know who that is, touch grass, straight up. MM Casual's wondering who you are. Cam Ward, developmental with superstar upside, big time. Will Levis, backup with upside. Allen, MM Casual's wondering who you are. Boyle, MM Casual's wondering who you are. Mariota, mediocre backup. Mariota, you've been in the league so long, it's actually insane. I can't even believe he's still in the league. Johnson, MM Casual's wondering who you are. And Sam Hartman, I mean, that's the Notre Dame kid, right? I think that's the Notre Dame kid. He gets backup with upside. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. I don't know that I have ever made a tier list so good. Okay, I gotta move Drake May though, because yeah, that was aggressive. Okay, this is my official NFL quarterback tier list, ranked every single NFL quarterback in the league. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Mahomes in the elite tier. Superstar tier goes to Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, and Jaden Daniels. Above average starters in the league: Aaron Rodgers, Brock Purdy, Baker Mayfield, Matt Stafford, Trevor Lawrence, Sam Darnold, Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, Kyler Murray, Danny Dimes. As for the developing quarterbacks that have superstar upside: Bo Nix, Justin Fields, Drake May, Cam Ward, CJ Stroud, Michael Penix Jr., Caleb Williams, Tua Tagovailoa, cry me a fucking river, Anthony Richardson, Bryce Young, JJ McCarthy, and Jackson Dart. Average starters: there's really not many average starters. But for average starters, I've got Big Russ Wilson, Kirk Cousins, Deshaun Watson, Geno Smith, Gardner Minshew, and Spencer Rattler. That's probably my best tier. I know you want to say something about it. That's my best tier. High-level backups: Jameis Winston, MM Dementia strikes again. Browning, Mac Jones, Joe Flacco, Cooper Rush, Bitch Trubisky, Tyson Bagent, Kenny Pickett, Davis Mills, Andy Dalton, Taylor Heineke, Trey Lance, and Drew Lock. Mediocre backups: Clayton Tune, Easton Stick, DTR, Joe Milton, Hendon Hooker, Kyle Allen, Jacoby Brissett, Jarrett Stidham, Case Keenum, Nick Mullins, Seth Hennigan, Kyle Trask, Aiden O'Connell, Jimmy G, Stetson Bennett, Kyle Allen, Russell Wilson, Sam Howell, somebody McCord, is it Kyle McCord? Josh Dobbs, Tommy DeVito, Tyrod Taylor, Mason Rudolph, and Marcus Mariota. Backups with upside: Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Malik Willis, Sam Hartman, DJ Ukulele, Quinn Ewers, Tyler Shuck, Jalen Milroe, and Mayo Levis. And MM Casual's wondering who you are for all of these guys, whose first names I can't do because I don't know who they are. Seth Hayner. All right, gentlemen, I think this was biblically accurate. If you disagree, you're wrong, and I'm embarrassed that you have such a bad opinion. Also, you're so handsome. Thanks for watching the Meags channel. I love the Meags channel. Have a spectacular day.